So, you have a pack of trading cards that you want to send off to PSA or another grading company in order to have this pack of cards graded, but you're not sure how to ship it. Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you my guide on how to safely and securely ship trading card packs to get graded. But before we get started, let's roll that intro. Hey Gengar Gang, what is going on? My name is Ryan, this is the Analytic Gengar, and welcome to another video. In today's video, friends, we talk about grading your packs of trading cards, how you go ahead and get these things shipped out safely and securely. So in today's video, it's going to be a guide, and of course, I have two different ways you can go about shipping this stuff. The first is a little bit more simple. You can usually find the stuff that you need around the house, and the second is a little bit more prim, proper, and professional. The reason you might want to do it, I will go over in the video a little bit later on. But in order to get started, let's go over the simplest way to go ahead and ship these trading cards out. This is really good if you don't want to spend a ton of money on shipping supplies, or if you're really just shipping 1 or 2 packs of trading cards to get graded instead of shipping, 10s, 20s, or even potentially hundreds of packs to go ahead and get graded. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you know that I am a big fan of surface protection, and like anything else, you wouldn't ship a trading card that has holographic without a sleeve on it, so too you should also not consider shipping your trading card packs without some sort of surface level protection. Now, I did promise that this first method is going to be super simple. So I have these baggies around the house, and I think it's because I buy enough packs of cards that they come, but as you can see, this fits perfectly. Another thing that you could potentially use is a tarot card sleeve. These are also very simple and very easy to purchase. You should have a couple laying around the house. I have actually advocated on the channel before using these in the same exact way, so you can see they fit very nicely for display, but are also great for protecting your cards during shipment. And hey, let's pretend you had neither of these. Let's pretend that you really, you're really down bad and looking for something. A Ziploc or hefty bag will do the trick too. Now, this is a gallon one, so these are huge. However, they do make sandwich sized ones, and sandwich sized ones fit perfectly. The general principles behind using something like this, literally drop it in there and just fold it. That's it. There you go. You've got surface level protection. And fun fact, we've actually proven that these types of bags are actually watertight as well. So they could actually take a splash of water full on and actually be protected more so than using a tarot card sleeve, which just has a straight up open top and would let water onto the pack. So if you get an appropriately sized Ziploc or hefty bag, you could reasonably use it to ship your trading cards. Now, the second step of the process is getting some cardboard. And of course, the easiest place to get cardboard is going to be any shipments that you get. So whether it be an Amazon box, a random UPS box, or even if you have to, find some cardboard somewhere, I just sliced these 2 pieces of cardboard off of a cardboard box that closes like this. And yeah, now I have 2 pieces of cardboard. I put one here, presumably I fold this over a little bit, and now I just tape this up. And it's not the most professional, it's not the most prim, it's again, not the most proper. However, this is a very viable way of shipping your packs to get graded. This is meant to be, very simple, very straightforward. Obviously, you're probably not going to have all of this plastic wrapped around because you're going to find a hefty bag that's the right size. However, all things considered, in a pinch, this will work, right? It offers a really good amount of rigidity, and assuming you pack it well with some bubble wrap and some tape. I use this kind of tape, by the way. This painter's tape is very good because it tears easily by hand, but taped a couple times is very strong. And other than that, you're gonna be in a good spot. You can ship a ton of packs like this, and realistically speaking, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with shipping a pack of cards like this. It has every layer of protection that you would want it to have, both from the cardboard offering rigidity and from the plastic offering that surface level protection. So realistically, this is a very good way of shipping your trading cards. And again, you can really kind of play around with this and even move it to be a little bit more prim and proper should you want it to be by, trimming up the cardboard the right way and making sure that it's the right kind of hefty bag. Some obvious tips You're obviously going to want to use clean cardboard. You never want to use cardboard that's been compromised in any way, shape, or form, whether it be by something like mold because it sat in your basement for a little bit, or if it was left outside and got a little bit of water on it. You always want to make sure your cardboard is dry and your cardboard has no existing creases or cracks in it. You will see a little light divot there. Technically speaking, if this were to bend, that becomes a stress point that makes it easier to bend. But honestly, that's thinking way too much into the structure of the cardboard and how the physics is going to affect it. And realistically speaking, as long as it's clean and, free of contaminants, you should be reasonably good to go. For your hefty bag, obviously the most important thing is just make sure it's the right size and just make sure that your pack isn't wiggling around in there. So again, I like to kind of force it down into the corner, fold over on that corner, and then tape it up. So now this thing's not moving nowhere, Something like that could also work very well. And then you can just sandwich it in between two pieces of cardboard like so. And there you go. In a pinch, another way of kind of origamiing together a simple but effective way of shipping your trading card packs. It's not going to win you a beauty prize, but hey, it's going to get the card there safely, and it's going to cost you very little to nothing, given that most of this stuff should probably be in your house anyway. Now we're going to flip over and talk about a little bit more prim and proper way. Surprisingly enough, the bones of this approach are exactly identical. So here is some cardboard that I got online. And what's really cool about this is that these are pre-cut sheets. So these are basically all pre-cut perfectly, really nicely, really cleanly. And these are great. Now, as a buyer and seller of Pokemon cards, it just so happens that I went ahead and made the investment and purchased a box of these. They're not crazy expensive, but they're really great for shipping anything from individual cards all the way up to packs, all the way up to some larger items. So these can offer a great amount of rigidity. If you notice, some of them are corrugated, but they don't offer the same level of bend in them that some regular cardboard would. They're also new, so the cardboard is a lot stronger. And what I do is I use these as well as a combination of tarot card sleeves in order to create a really nice, clean, I'll call it more professional presentation when I'm shipping my trading cards. So here is actually a set that I have ready to go. And what I did was I actually dissected it in order to show you what one of the cards look like. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll take the pack and place it into a tarot card sleeve. I'll then take some of the same exact tape that I showed you guys a little bit earlier, and I'll go ahead and tape down the bottom of the pack as well as the top of the pack. In theory, instead of using a tarot card sleeve, which you can see offers very little to no jiggle, I could have also used a pack protector, so one that has a fold over top so that I didn't have to worry about the cards, pack sliding out of the top of the tarot card sleeve. But honestly, this provides an adequate amount of protection with really no drawback. And then what I'll do is I'll take another piece of cardboard and sandwich it over. So basically the card is now sitting in between, the pack rather, is sitting now between two really thick pieces of cardboard, and then I can actually start stacking. So if you see here and you can and you read the label, I've actually placed a Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur in that order, using a total of 4 pieces of cardboard. So that could also be a more economic way. The other benefit is that this becomes something like a phone book. So in the same way that it's really easy to tear one piece of paper but very hard to tear a phone book, this thing, as you continue to stack more and more cardboard on it, becomes really, really tough and really, really hard to bend. So even though these packs are potentially worth thousands of dollars, nothing is going to bend here at all, which is actually pretty cool. So all things considered, it's a really good way to go ahead and package this stuff up. The reason I like the prim and proper method, for one, it creates a more ideal presentation for the packs, which I think can help psychologically influence graders. I know that's a whole pseudoscience and it's probably a little bit of a hot button topic, but it is my personal opinion that it never hurts to present your cards or your packs in a really nice way. It can really make the grader think that you're taking this stuff seriously, which can in turn influence or help you get at least a better grade. And if none of this is true and it's all malarkey, at least we know the cards are safe, they're well protected, and they're well preserved. So as you can see, these fit together very nicely. They're very standardly cut. And guess what? I don't need to go looking for cardboard every time I need to pack up some cards. I have one box with these pre-cut pieces of cardboard. They're great. They put together very easily. And same concept here. I don't need to hope I didn't use all my sandwich bags for lunch. I have dedicated tarot card sleeves or pack holders that I can use in order to accomplish the same. And theoretically, we have achieved the same level of protection. Surface level protection with the pack, rigidity with the cardboard. And then you stack a bunch of these together and you go ahead and ship them off. And the best part of all is that all of this stuff is ready and willing to go. So in recap, you've got the cheap way, which can really help you out in a pinch. I really wouldn't go out of my way to purchase anything crazy expensive unless you start shipping a ton of this stuff. If you do, I recommend you consider going this way. All of the links to some of the stuff that I use will be down below at no additional cost to you. Using my Amazon affiliates link helps give the channel a little something back, but again, it has no additional cost to you. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, thanks again for checking it out. You can consider subscribing if you haven't already in order to become part of the Gengar Gang. But other than that, friends, let me know how you plan on shipping your next set of packs to PSA or another grading company. And other than that, thanks for watching, and we will talk soon. Peace.